I look at my path as it's sort of been like these stepping stones where it was like it started as a pop-up, then I had a food truck, then I got a brick and mortar, small staff. And now we're in a space that is 4 times the size of my spot up there. And instead of a staff of 9 people, we have a staff of like 40 people.
Yeah, so it's quite a jump.
It's quite a jump, but it's been sort of natural like that. And each time I've made the jump, it's like, this is the new and exciting thing. It's amazing to be back where I grew up. My family's down here, so my parents get to come by all the time. We've been super busy. So this is definitely like the new shiny thing that has my attention.
Yeah.
But I mean, Boxcar has allowed me to make this jump. So it's like, I still love it. And it's like still so much of me went into that it's not like I'm just like, oh, forget about that,
The following podcast is a Pie to Pie production.
Every slice tells a story.
Flat iron pepper. When you pop these peppers, you are gonna know. You can smell it, you can feel it, you can taste it. They are liberating pizzerias from low quality pepper flakes. Stop finishing your pizza with crap. Head to flatironpepper.com and join the Pepper Flake revolution. Slice is building tools now to support the independent pizzeria, and not just Slice users, but the independent pizzeria industry as a whole. Like us, they are telling the stories of the independent pizza shop owners and ultimately creating tools that help the small guy compete with the big chains. This business can be lonely, but with Slice, you can be in business for yourself, not by yourself. This episode is brought to you by Maestro Sausage, the only sausage we use at Hot Tongue. They produce sausages specifically with pizzerias in mind, and you can tell. So if your sausage isn't hitting all the right notes, let Maestro lead the way. Here we go, dude. Here we are. Look at this, dude. This was just a conversation in my backyard at one point.
At one point it was.
It was, it never gets past me on how things begin and where it starts. I think you were just showing me logos that day. And you had worked with another company that like kind of fucked you or like actually just like wasn't good.
They didn't fuck us, but it was not the vibe we were going for.
Yeah.
And it was like we were speaking 2 different languages. We were going back and forth, sending them like inspiration and like logos we liked. And he would send us just ideas back, and it was like not even in the same realm.
Yeah.
And that's when I hit up my buddy in Portland, Lonely Design Company. It's owned by this couple, Noah and Liz, and I just sent him like the same ideas and kind of like an idea of what the logo should be.
Yeah.
And then they just like knocked it out of the park. First try, and it was like just dialed.
Just dialed in.
Yeah.
Well, I also love that you are the first interview back from our trip from Portland. You have a pizzeria in Portland. You were on this pod 2 years ago.
2 years.
And a lot has changed.
Yeah.
We're now in Oceanside, California, baby.
Yes, sir. A lot has changed, but a lot's the same,
A lot of change, lots the same.
Yeah.
What's the same?
Oh, man. I didn't think you were going to have that follow-up question.
Well, you're the one who said it's lots the same.
Don't listen to me. I still have the pizza shop in Portland, Boxcar.
Yeah.
Got a great team up there running it. I think you've met Gus, maybe? Or I probably just talked about Gus on the pod. Gus, Joe, Fox.
What's up, Gus?
A legit crew
Shout out.
there. So yeah, still got that going, but I moved back down here in March of 2024. And I had been working on this concept with my partners for about, I want to say like 6 months before I moved down. And then when I came down here, that's when we started like really checking out spots and like going all over. And then we landed on this spot, and it was like so fortunate. The location's amazing. It's like right by the beach, 2 blocks up from the pier. Yeah, it's been amazing. Been open about like a month and a half now, and super busy. The reception's been really good. We're definitely kind of the first sourdough well-bake in Oceanside. So there's kind of a lot of teaching customers about like what that is, like the difference in sourdough. a well-baked pie is not necessarily like a burnt pie, you know, like there's not a lot of places doing like the blistering on the crust and stuff like that. But that's really why I wanted to come back down here and open up this spot with my partners, is because it was something that I felt San Diego was kind of lacking, and something that San Diego deserves, you know? So
What is the biggest difference you think in the two food scenes?
Portland and Oceanside specifically, because we're in North County San Diego, and San Diego is so big. Like, my favorite pizza spot in San Diego is Tribute, but that's like 40 minutes away. So San Diego's huge. The biggest difference, I would say, is I don't want to hate, but Portland's food scene is a lot better than San Diego's, in my opinion. There's a lot of the bar is so high there. The bar is so high, especially for pizza. There's so many great pizza spots. There's a lot of great pizza spots in San Diego as well, but in my opinion, Portland is top 3 pizza city for sure. Just one man's opinion.
Yeah.
Another difference is like kind of pop-ups and one-offs up in Portland is a lot more common.
Yeah, I gotta say, those food trucks are annoying, dude.
Yeah, my first concept, Baby Blue Pizza, was
I know.
It was a trailer. It didn't move around.
Trailer,
Yeah.
food truck. We like think we're trying to go eat some food, and then I was like, "What? Why are we in a trailer park? What's going on?" I was like, "I'm trying to sit down. It's like fucking 38 degrees in May, dude."
Oh, dude, having that, because I was a pop up, and then I got the food trailer, and it was like full size wood fired oven in there. In the summer, it was so burning hot. And then in the winter, it was freezing. But I couldn't close the windows all the way, because then I would just be like smoking myself out in there.
Nice, dude. Blaze.
So it's just blazing.
Blazing.
And it'd be so slow in the winter because it's freezing. No one wants to go to like an outside food park.
Yeah.
So I would just kind of like huddle by the oven and like try and keep warm. It was a big learning lesson on like thinking through your concept all the way before you're like, yeah, I'm going to have a full-size wood-fired oven in this trailer and everything's going to be great.
No, I mean, I'm joking around. The amount of like incubation or like way to kind of flush out your idea, it really seemed like Portland was kind of like a great place and provided like these like little huts and trailers and like box cars, if you will.
Box cars, yes, sir. It's a lot easier to get started in Portland.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, and then you can just get liquor.
Yeah.
Like, you can just like, you just sign a contract and then you have liquor the next
They
day.
like to party up there.
Dude, apparently.
You could smoke inside until like 2010 up there, like 2015. That's crazy.
Let's bring that back.
Yeah,
dude.
that's what I'm saying.
Like, all I want to do is smell cigarettes while I'm eating.
These are the real issues.
Yeah.
Bring smoking back inside.
back in for the children.
Yeah. I mean, in Portland, it's super. I mean, the city's not necessarily super business friendly. Like, I don't think there are many cities that are very business friendly, but like, the people are very business friendly. It's so supportive. If you have a pop up and you start an Instagram and you're like, "This is what I'm doing," it's like people will show up.
Yeah.
It's really rad. People are just interested in like building community, supporting community. Like when I started Baby Blue, it was like a pop-up out of 3 rock boxes. And I was like, I wonder how this is gonna go. And it was like, we sold out every single time. It was like, we would be like, it's from 4 to 8. And it was like a line at 4 and we'd be sold out of pizza at like 6, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's super supportive. San Diego is super supportive too, but it's just not as like people tuned into the food scene, I would say. People are just really interested up there in like finding new spots and just like going out and eating food and seeing what people are making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you say to somebody who says you can't move thousands of miles away and still run a business?
I would say you're wrong. Yeah. Because I did that. It's been going really well. I will say it's a very like specific, in my case, it's a specific concept and setup you need. Like Boxcar is only 535 square feet. It's a small footprint. We usually only have at the max 2 people on, so we have a small staff. We have a staff of like, I think like 9 people right now. So it's easier to manage. I mean, I have a management team up there who are just knocking it out of the park. when I was making the move down here, I was super nervous though. I was like, how long can this last? You know, if I'm not there. But like, I have a great relationship with my management team. I will say now there are people working at Boxcar who I've never met, which is crazy. So when I made the jump, I was like, kind of like, what's going to happen, you know? But I just had to like roll the dice and be like, I really want to open up a spot down where I grew up, and I have this opportunity, so I have to take it. But it is really about like having systems in place, making sure you're setting your team up to like, I try and remove all the questions. So at Boxcar, it's very assembly line. Like we par bake the doughs, every ingredient is measured. We bake on conveyor belts. So there's not a lot of open to interpretation when you're making the pizza, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to train people on how to do that. Small menu, just one salad. And then I have like weekly meetings with my manager up there, and it's like, I still, I look at the numbers and I figure out the COGS for the week, the labor for the week, and then we talk about that and like how we can improve or what needs to change. But honestly, a lot of time, because we have so few employees, it's like the labor is the easy part there. COGS are always changing, for everyone. But yeah, I feel like I've been super fortunate. Got really lucky with like a great team and a concept that can be sort of just plug and play.
Do you feel like there's been any loss of love since you opened up this place?
From Portland?
Well, I'm like, going from like one concept, and Boxcar, for everyone who doesn't know, is like an entirely vegan restaurant.
Yes.
It's square pies, it's vegan, it's in Portland. We're in Oceanside. You offer vegan stuff here. Very different concept, 2,100 square feet.
Yeah.
You open this up with partners who you've known since childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm
menu
asking,
there.
like, is this more exciting?
Where's my passion
now?
right now?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'd be lying if I said this wasn't like my 100% focus.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of natural, where it's like, I opened up Boxcar in 2020, and it was like, that was my life, like, until I moved down here. So it was like 4 solid years of being there. For the first 3 years, I was there every day. Then in the last year, things got like more normal, and now I haven't been there in months. But I would say it's definitely, this is taking up like all of my brain space and like the majority of my passion,
Yeah.
It is like, I look at my path as it's sort of been like these stepping stones, where it was like, it started as a pop-up, then I had a food truck, then I got a brick and mortar, small staff. And now it's like, now we're in a space that is 4 times the size of my spot up there. And instead of a staff of 9 people, we have a staff of like 40 people.
Yeah,
so
it's quite a jump.
It's quite a jump, but it's been sort of natural like that. And each time I've made the jump, it's like, this is the new and exciting thing. It's amazing to be back where I grew up. My family's down here, so my parents get to come by all the time. The reception in Oceanside's been super great. We've been super busy. So this is definitely like the new shiny thing that has my attention.
Yeah.
But Boxcar has allowed me to make this jump, so it's like I still love it, and it's like still so much of me went into that it's not like I'm just like, oh, forget about that,
Yeah.
But I did get it to a place with the help of my team where it's like I don't have to like focus on that all the time, and I freed up my mental capacity to do something like this.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yes, this is sort of there's no love lost at all, but this is like my focus now.
Do you have like a plan of where you want Boxcar, or will you always have Boxcar?
I've put a ton of thought into it, and it's going well. We've gotten busier every year, and it continues to be that way. Like, we're on track for this to be our busiest year yet, and last year was our busiest year up until that point. And like the staff is still happy there. We don't have a really high turnover. People stay there for like years. Like Gus was my first employee ever. He's the GM there now. So it's, as long as they're happy and things are going well, I don't really see a need to like have an exit strategy. But I mean, of course, I've always thought like, what would it be like to sell a business, you know? But I do still like having ties to Portland and having a reason to go up there. I still like love Portland a lot. My brother and his family live up there, so I get to go up there and see them when I go up there. And like Portland offers so much cool stuff. So I love still having the ties there, but am I going to own it forever? Probably not.
Yeah.
Am I going to own it for the foreseeable future? I would say yes.
Yeah. Is that Maestro sausage cooking in the back?
Yes, sir. You got a good nose on you,
Oh,
sir.
man.
Yeah.
Well,
is this where we plug them?
if your sausage needs aren't hitting all the right notes, then let Maestro lead the way. Maestro has been working closely with pizzerias for decades. They produce sausages designed specifically with pizzerias in mind. And you can tell their Italian sausage crumbles look like they were handmade in your shop, and they will taste that way as well. With over 80 years in business, family owned and operated, the family is incredible, and so is their product. It's quality sausage with quality ingredients. Click the link in the show notes. A classical masterpiece awaits you. Back to the show. This place is hitting all the right notes. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can smell it coming out of the kitchen.
Yeah, dude. It's like Cinnabon. We like
It is.
send it out
Dude,
here,
you should,
know?
You should definitely be sending it through the vents. Was that hard coming up with the menu, considering that you had been working in like vegan food for so long, since like, what, 2018?
Since like 2016.
2016, you know, was that hard to develop, or did that come easy, or?
It didn't come easy, but it was just about like,
Because you developed the full menu here at Odie's, right?
Yeah. But I mean, I did it like with the help of my partners.
Yeah.
Whereas like we were having tastings at my apartment weekly. We had like standing days where it's like, all right, you guys come over on Thursday. This is what I came up with. Let's like, you know, let's taste it. What do we like about it? What do we not like about it? There was a ton of stuff that didn't make the cut, which is good, you know. And there was a ton of different pizzas we made, different like doughs, like kind of doughs we messed with. And so it was super collaborative in that sense with my partners. But I would say I like came up with like the general vibe of the menu, you know. I was like, this is what I think we should offer. But, you know, Clayton and Craig would be like, oh, we should have like, you know, originally we didn't have a pizza with pineapple on it. Craig was like, oh, we should really have a pizza with pineapple on it.
Respect.
What else do we have? Like these pizza pockets, like that was Clay's idea. So it was a lot of collaboration, and they would kind of be like, what if we had something like this? And then I would figure out how to make it and like what the process for that would be, you know?
How many pies are on the menu?
I think we got 9. We might have 10.
Does that include like all pies?
So we have 9 pies, but we do each one 3 different styles. So we got the 16-inch New York style. New York, like I also call it like Neapolitan, you know. We do them grandma style, and then we have a 10-inch gluten-free that we make in house. We use cup for cup flour.
Yeah.
So if you look at it like that, I guess we have like 27 pies, but the ingredients are the same. So it's like
Yeah.
It's just
like
about making the different
style.
doughs.
Yeah. Okay.
And then some of those you can make vegan. Like 4 of them you can make vegan.
Okay.
Maybe 5 of them you can make vegan. So.
All right. And the reception first month has been good. What has been the hardest part about this first month?
I mean, honestly, good problem to have was that we were way busier than we thought we were going to be.
Yeah.
Straight out the gates. We didn't have enough staff hired. So it was like, you know, originally we were like, we're opening and we're going to be open 7 days a week, just like straight out the gates. But for June, we made the decision that we had to close on Monday because we just didn't have enough staff to properly staff up. And then we had to hire and train. So I think we're at a place now, like as of, I think about a week ago, that we have enough people here. We have enough people on staff. We're training them up. But yeah, it was like keeping up with the demand where we have like 50 grandma trays and we were like, yeah, that would get us through the day. And we're selling out of grandmas by like 3 p.m. The first couple of days we were selling out of all of our dough. We had to order a bunch more dough trays. Had to up our pars for everything. Had to make more room in the walk-in for everything. So like I said, it was a good problem to have, but we just had to figure out how to do more volume. Because it was like, dude, we opened up and it was like a line to the door from opening to close for like the first couple weeks. And it's mellowed out now, but dinner time, like lunches are, chill. Like they're still busy, but they're not crazy busy. Like that's when we do the majority of our prep. But come dinner time, like every day, it's been a line to the door. So it's awesome, but it's also like a little overwhelming where you're like, it's tough being so new, and it's like you want to come out correct and be like so spot on, but it's like you work out those growing pains after you open. So you're kind of like, shit, was that like the best version of what we have, because it's like first impressions are everything. Sometimes it's nice to like ease into your busyness, but we didn't have that luxury. But like I said, it's like a good problem to have.
What's kind of crazy is like Hot Tongue's been open over 3 years, and I feel like we're still just now like coming into like the best systems or like the best pizza we've been making. And so it's like, it's rough. Like your first month, you're getting your ass kicked because you're so busy, and you're literally just trying to dial things in.
Yeah.
Because you can't really train service until it happens.
Right.
And so all those things like, oh, we need more dough trays, or we don't have enough pizza pans, or like we are fucking 15 people understaffed here. Like all that affects like those first impressions that like sometimes you'll never get back.
Yeah.
It's like that's why they say like make or break, whatever. But it's like, it would be nice if people were a little bit more forgiving and understood that like, that's so many people don't understand service or the service industry or like opening up. It's like, oh, I tried that place, it sucks.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you tried that place on its third day, and like you didn't taste Odie's pizza. You maybe tasted Jason's pizza, who's been working pizza for 2 weeks.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
I mean, in the beginning, and it still is the beginning right now, but the first like week, for the most part, people were like super forgiving. Like, hey, you understand it's like a new concept. That we were working out a lot of kinks. We're still working out kinks, but the first couple of weeks, it was like Clay, Craig, and I were here like 16 hours every day, and it's difficult when you're working service to actually train people too, because it's like we have a screen full of tickets, and we're just trying to like get wait times down. People were waiting like an hour for pizza. We were only doing in-person ordering, which we still are. Most people were super understanding, because a lot of it is also like friends and family coming out. There were like some Yelp reviews where it's just like, maybe they didn't understand. It was like our first week. There were definitely some like 1-stars that were like, I'm never coming back to this place. I waited so long.
Yeah. That's expected.
That's expected. That's just what happens when you enter the arena. It's like, not everyone's going to like it. You just kind of have to take it on the chin and like try and improve.
Yeah. Well, before we started recording, you said that you have already hired a general manager, and a lot of the times too.
I thought you meant we weren't recording yet. I was like, have we just been having this conversation?
Yeah, no, and go. Yeah, and now the pod has started. Yeah. No, before we had started recording this, which has been recording now for 20 minutes.
Nice.
You talked about your training general manager, and it's I think there's like this kind of preconceived notion that when you open a pizza shop, like you are the general manager. Yeah. You are there every day of your life. You have to be in there. And if you're not in there, it'll all go to shit. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me why so early on you have decided to hire a general manager? And after that, you answer that, tell me like, would you like a life outside of this place in the first year of business?
So the original idea was I was going to be the GM.
Yeah.
But once we started and it was so busy, and then we had to hire a bunch more people, after service, it was like maybe like night 4 or something, and Craig and I were sitting around one of those tables over there, and I was kind of I wasn't having like a breakdown, but I was just like, I don't think that I have like the bandwidth to do all the duties of a GM and also work on like the systems in the kitchen and like, dialing in the recipes. And I'm also doing like the social media and like in charge of like kind of growing the brand and stuff like that. So I was kind of like, you guys didn't want to partner with me because I'm like necessarily good at managing people. I think that's honestly like one of my weaker points. It's like, well, you wanted to partner with me because like I know how to make pizza. So it's like I should just be working on that side, and we should hire someone who can manage a team of 40 people, who is fine at like doing payroll and like dealing with like the scheduling conflicts and like the text messages from employees. And honestly, we have such a good staff here. I feel super lucky in that regard. Everyone's stoked. There's like great vibes, really great attitudes. But it still is really tough dealing with so many personalities.
Yeah.
So it was like, what is the fastest way we are going to get to where we need to be? That's if I can focus on operations and like just focus on that and work with our kitchen manager and our kitchen leads and help train staff and, you know, come up with like LTOs and do collaborations with other businesses, do like the social media. And I'm still here every day. You know, I've been in here every day since we've been opened. But I mean, it's fun too. I'm not like, I wake up and like, fuck, I have to go there. It's like,
Well, you'd hope not.
yeah, like, dude, live 3 blocks from here. I get to walk and look at the ocean, and like, how blessed am I to like be able to live this life, you know? Like,
Yeah.
my name is in like size 500 font on the front of a building. That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty sick.
And do I want to have a life outside of this? It's like, definitely, you know, like when I moved back down here, it was crazy because I had like a year off from work, really, where it was like
You were retired, dude.
I was retired, dude. I was surfing all the time, man. Just like skateboarding with my dog.
Videos, dude.
It was pretty chill. I'm not gonna lie, but it was also like I like staying busy. I like doing things. I like having projects. So yeah, I would like to have a life outside of the pizza shop per se, but I also do like it is like my passion. I do like being here. I do like working on things. I love working with my partners. Like that has been just like the best situation, you know? So it's really fun, you know? So yeah, it's like eventually I'll probably have like set days off a week, but I'm still gonna be coming in here, you know, because you have to show your face, you know, you can't just be like, all right, we've been open 2 months and I'm out.
Yeah.
I like coming in here, you know, it's cool seeing this dining room full, and it's like, dude, like Clay, Craig, and I will talk all the time, and it's like, dude, remember like a year and a half ago we were just like talking about this, and like now it's like we have a dining room full of people and a line out the door, and it's like we made it happen, you know. It's like it's really fulfilling work. So yeah, work-life balance will come, but it's like I like the grind, you know.
Yeah.
I don't shy away from it.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. I mean, it was a year ago around this time that we all got together in my backyard, and you were showing me and everyone there like the concept and whatnot, and like when you were going to be open, which was a lot later than you were going to be open.
Yeah.
But I think that's how it goes.
Yeah. It was like January, February, March, April, and it was
Yeah.
like May,
Yeah.
end of May.
But do you think there's a difference between like a general manager and a business manager?
Yeah, I mean, when you get to a point of a staff that's pretty large, I learned quickly, it's like, yeah, there is a big difference. Like at Boxcar, I was definitely like owner, operator, general manager.
Yeah.
But we had a smaller staff. I wasn't like working service shifts unless we were like super short staffed at Boxcar, but I was still there like doing all the general manager duties, you know. But here with a bigger spot, a bigger staff, a bigger footprint, a bigger menu, higher sales, all that stuff, just more things come your way, you know. It's like there's just always so much to do. So we're fortunate enough to be at a point so early on where we can hire a general manager, and like I can just focus on ops and growing the business that way.
Some of us in the pizza industry might only know Slice from the online ordering app, which is still around, but Slice is doing a lot more these days. They're building tools now to support the independent pizzeria, and not just Slice users, but the independent pizzeria industry as a whole. They're telling the stories of pizza shop owners, creating resources, and ultimately products that help the smaller guy compete with the bigger chains. Slice now has an integrated POS system that's specifically designed for pizzerias. They're doing stuff like SEO, marketing, and full website build outs, along with custom box pricing that you are going to get probably way lower than what you're paying for right now. They have a ton of resources for every owner. Buying power is a huge thing, especially when you're talking about big chains. And what Slice allows you to do is negotiate with suppliers and vendors to get a lower rate. That's what the Slice network allows. There's 24/7 tech support for customer care, and an extension of your staff is what they call it. This business can be lonely, as you all know if you listen to this podcast, but it doesn't have to be. With resources provided by Slice, you can be in this business for yourself, but not by yourself.
Well, I think it's something, the stereotype of like being chained to an oven or like being here 24/7, working 16-hour days. And I just feel like that might be necessary for labor and to get a business going. Maybe if you're like, you're putting it all together and, you know, you're doing it on a budget, and I totally understand that. And, but I do feel like you miss a lot of things you're talking about, operations, and being able to zoom out of your business to fully see exactly what's going on. You can talk to a general manager, and a general manager is probably going to be talked to a little bit differently than the staff is going to talk to an owner.
100%.
There might be a little bit more comfort. It's nice to have a little barrier in between these conversations. Like, all these things are like really important things to think about before just being like, I'm going to be here for the next 20 years.
Totally. And I mean, the problem with being the owner, operator, general manager, and you're working those 16-hour days, that's when you don't have the time to really like get your pizza shop to the best place it needs to be, you know, because it's like you're just weathering the storm. You are making every pizza. You are, you know, doing all of like the day to day, where you can't really think of the future and be like, okay, this is where we need to get to. What is the best practices operationally to get us to that point? What on the menu is working? What on the menu isn't working? You know, how many people do we need back here to actually make this work? So yeah, it's like when you're just living in the day to day, you can't really think of the future and get yourself to that point. I mean, this has worked out so well because my partners and I each have separate businesses that has allowed us to work on this, where it's like, we're not getting paid from this, you know, we are getting paid from our other businesses, so we can work on this and hire a GM and do all that stuff.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. If you do go that route, most of the time you're either making no money or it's just like you're barely making any money. And sometimes, and a lot of the times, that's not going to work if you're a small business owner. Like I understand you do have to be in there. You have to be grinding. You have to work the 16-hour a day. You have to make sure all your everything is operating the way that you want it to. I'm just making the point that I feel like, and that you said that a lot of times when you do that, you can't operate. You only operate at a certain level, and you can only see what's in front of your face, and you can't get out of your way at that point.
Yeah, you can't grow your business.
You can't. No, and the dumb shit that you shouldn't be worried about, like somebody like not taking out the trash or like not cleaning something correctly because you're so fucking in it, is a hurdle you got to jump over. You got to get over it. Like that's not the thing you should be worried about.
Right.
You know, like. And it also, it hurts a staff and a team if like you're not creating operations or systems to better things. You're just there trying to fucking tape or like bandage up every single problem that you can't actually take care of because you're so in the weeds of just like running service.
Yeah, and then when you're in that sort of state, you're really reactive. You're not like proactive. It's like, okay, this is, and at Boxcar, a lot of the first couple of years were like that, where it was like, okay, we're gonna change it this way, and it would just like on the fly be like, this is how we're gonna do things now, and then it was like, no, actually we're gonna do it this way, and it's just like that is just a chaotic environment for staff, for yourself. And then, you know, you don't have really time to think things through all the way to be like, is this the best practice? You know, like before we change anything back, you know, Craig and I talk about it. They have an amazing team too. Their restaurant group is called Blacktop Restaurant Group. And they have an amazing team who it's like, we all talk and it's like, what do we think about like this operationally, or like hiring these people, or, you know, stuff like that. So you can really think things through. But I mean, there are two different models. There are some people like Craig, who I worked for, he owns Gracie's Pizza in Portland.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
we know.
Craigie?
We know Craig,
Yeah.
baby. That was one of my favorite conversations.
Craig's awesome, dude. He's
from
such an
Portland.
interesting dude.
Well, dude, he said he wants to pull a you.
No.
Yeah, he's talking about just leaving Gracie's and having it run itself, and he'll move to Philly.
So that's funny because like a few years ago, pre-COVID, he was like getting a big staff and he was like growing it and stuff like that. And then he kind of got to a point where I think he didn't like it, and he was like, he wanted to make every pizza, you know, because when you're not making every pizza, you have to be okay with it being a little bit different than how you do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going, every pizza that comes out that window is not going to be like your exact pie.
Yeah.
And you have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
I think Craig, and I want to differentiate. I have a business partner named Craig, and then Craig from Gracie's up in Portland. I think he didn't like that. He was like, I have to make every pie. So then he decided they were going to be open like 3 days a week. He makes every pie. He makes the dough. He does all the prep. He had like I think 2 people to help with service.
Yep.
And he'd been running that for like the past couple of years. And I thought it was like, I thought that was his move, and he loved it. So that's what I was saying. There's kind of 2 different models where it's like, if you want to be that person making every pie, you're open 3-4 days a week. That's awesome, you know? Or it's like the route we're going is it's like, we want to build like a brand, and, you know, kind of like the Square Pie Guys route where it's like, open up multiple locations, grow it, and see what we can do with it.
Yeah, I don't want to say there's like a right and a wrong. I just maybe what I'm getting at is there should be a balance, and I don't think that an owner at a certain point should be micromanaging or kind of like not allowing growth for the staff, and also be able to have a life outside of their restaurant. But there's also people that have run restaurants for the last 30 years and they've worked every day of their life.
Totally.
And I also think that there's something that the public loves about that.
Yeah.
They love coming in and seeing an owner or being able to talk with the person that owns the business. I think that's like very old school, but still very much a thing.
Yeah. Like when I meet people in here, I'll be like, oh, like I'm Odie. And they'll be like, oh, you're Odie. Oh, that's crazy. You know,
Yeah.
they definitely like appreciate that. And that's why it's important for me to still be in here, like show my face and everything. A lot of people are like, I thought that was a made up name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like what route you want to go, what model you want to take. At my past businesses, I have made like, I was working all the shifts, doing that. I'm really excited now to kind of see what we can do with this and grow the brand and have a team of people and make something cool. But yeah, it's just kind of like what you're personally comfortable with.
I'm getting jokes now, like when I go in from like regulars when they see me, they're like, "Oh, you still work here?" Or like, "Where you been, dude? I haven't seen you in 4 months."
Yeah,
and it's like
all you do now is count money and sip pina coladas, dude.
Yeah, dude.
What a life you live,
man.
Dude.
It kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think about it, like the business owner next to me, he's like, "Wow, you're actually here." And his wife thought it was like the funniest thing. And it fucking pissed me off.
Yeah.
I was so pissed off. But then like I later thought about it and it was like, this is exactly like, why would you get pissed off? Like you're right. You haven't been here in like almost 3 weeks because you're doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And you have helped build a team and facilitate a place that like is doing very well by itself.
Most
Like,
people want that.
What is your ego mad about?
Yeah. I mean, it feels like a judgment, you know, because it's like someone says that and you're like, okay, they think that I'm just like at home chilling, you know, and it's like, that's usually not the case, you know?
Well, it is a judgment, but I had to tell myself it doesn't matter. Like if they need to be at their pet store every day and like they're there from open to like they do things differently.
Yeah.
You know, and that's totally cool. I should have just laughed too because it was pretty funny.
What did you do?
I didn't say anything. I just I just walked right past them with like because I was taking the trash out.
Damn, dude.
I just walked past them. I was like, damn, like that was ice cold. But you know, I should just be able to laugh at stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like you're so quick to be like, what does that say about me?
Yeah.
You know, it's like a Yelp review. in front of you.
Totally.
Absentee owner, 1 star.
That's one of the biggest things about like owning your own business is you really have to like put your ego aside quick. You know, it's like if you just have your ego where it's like, I'm right, and like someone leaves you a bad Yelp review and you're like responding like, well, actually, no, you're a fucking idiot. You know, it's like when we get a bad review, I'm just like, hey, I'm sorry, we obviously fell short. Like, let us make it up to you, you know? Come back down. We'll like get you a fresh pie, all that stuff, you know? And I found for like my peace of mind, that works so much better, you know, where it's like, okay, obviously they didn't like their experience here.
Yeah.
Instead of it like occupying my brain space, it was like, dude, I did what I could do to like make those amends and like try and make things better. And now I can like let that just leave my brain. Whereas in the past, it would be like, I would get like a 1-star review at Boxcar and I would just like think about it for a week and be like, how do I respond to this? Like what happened? Like why, you know, they're wrong. And it's like, no, it's like once you get to a certain level of business, no matter what, there are going to be people who don't like your food. Like even if it's the best version of your food, they're not going to like it.
Yeah.
You have to accept that. It's not going to be for everyone. And it's actually cool that it's like you are at a place now where so many people are coming into your spot that some people don't like it.
Yeah, somebody was like willing to take 5 minutes out of their day to say that they don't like it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
But there's
cool.
also a lot of people who take 5 minutes out of their day to say that they love it.
I mean, 99% of people, usually.
Yeah. So it's amazing. And as a business owner, it's like the ego has to die quick. You know, you have to get really good at finding reasons to be in a good mood. You know,
Yeah.
if there's nothing to be in a good mood about, you just still have to be in a good mood.
Yeah. You fake it till you make it.
Yeah, you know, and it's that makes it a lot easier on you to actually like get things done and just not let everything like get to you where it's just like you feel like you're fuming and you're just like so stressed, your blood pressure's high, you're not sleeping at night. It's like you have to find your peace and you know, set your life up to have that peace so you can actually like do well in your business.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like creating a place that you still love to work at.
Yeah.
That you want to be, that you don't want to like open up a restaurant and end up hating it.
Oh, yeah. That'd be
Because
a
like it
nightmare.
is, you know, I'm talking about like not being, I don't work in Hot Tongue anymore. But if I'm in town, like I'm there 5 days a week, you know, I want to be there. I don't want to be cooking there anymore.
Yeah.
I don't. I just, that's a boundary I have created. I don't think that my talent is in the kitchen anymore.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've come, that's my journey. But even if I'm not there, you're still thinking about it. You're still checking numbers. You're still running. I run payroll. I don't have a general manager do that. You know, like there's always something to do outside of just putting a pizza in the oven.
Yeah.
You know, it's a 24 hours, 7 days a week kind of job.
At night, recently, I've been setting an alarm for 5 minutes and just like laying down and being like, try not to think about the pizza shop for 5 minutes, you know? And I'll do this like activity where it's like, if I can't stop thinking about it, I'll just look at things in the room and be like, this is a blue skateboard. The blue skateboard says this. That's a green skateboard. It looks like this, you know, to like try and give myself 5 minutes where it's just like not in my brain.
Yeah.
And I can't make it 5 minutes. It's like 30 seconds in, it's just like, you're thinking about like, oh, what if we like change the oven temperature?
Yeah.
You know, or like, what if we like change like the amount of stuff? You know, it's like you're always thinking about it. So it's, yeah, it's always going to be there. And it's funny opening up a pizza business and learning quickly. It's like the vast majority of owning a pizza business isn't making pizza. That's the tiny, tiny sliver of it. The vast majority is doing all the other things that it takes to get the doors open every day, you know? So yeah, it's just like interesting learning that. I learned that like at Baby Blue, where it was like, oh, there's so much other stuff that goes into it. I remember opening up and being like, this is great. I'm gonna make pizza all day. But I'm at the same point as you are, where it's like, you know, I don't necessarily want to be making every pizza. You know, I want to grow the business. I want to also have a life outside of the business. So yeah, it's we're getting to a cool point.
When I was in my kitchen all the time, 7 days a week, 12-hour days, it was probably like the worst run
Yeah.
kitchen that I had ever been in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There was, I was a dick, and I
Still are.
like, I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it. But I just know, for me, again, like I'm not sitting here saying like every like owner operator needs to go down this path, but I like, again, it has so much to do with balance. Like after I got out of my kitchen though, that's when like SOPs and systems and meetings and being able to view a issue with your team like somebody that can see it outside of a bubble that like they're in with the team.
Yeah.
You need to be, your general manager should be able to come to you with an issue that you can see from like, you need to do something?
No, we're good.
Is he setting up?
Yeah, he's
needs
probably
to
getting set up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he gets to
for
set
sure.
up. Did I scare him?
You did.
I'm still a
think
dick,
I think
dude.
he's crying.
I'm
dude.
still a dick,
I think
dude.
he's crying.
I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Well, to add to your point, it's like when you are out of the kitchen, that's when you can look at problems with a clear mind. Where it's
that's
like
what I was saying, yeah.
when you're in the kitchen and then problems arise, it kind of like, you know, feel that like tightness. You're just like, fuck, like trying not to get pissed. you know?
And I know I'm kind of repeating myself there, but I think that was the biggest thing, because I remember having like a real general manager for the first time, and she would come up to me and talk to me about a problem, and I could see the way that she was reacting was exactly the way that I would have reacted,
Yeah.
but then I could kind of maybe see the other team members or like maybe the reason why these things were happening, and I could fix those things so these situations wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And then, but without that insight from me to Casey to the whole situation, like it was just like the blind leading the blind without it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't see the problem because I was in it too.
Yeah.
But being away from it, you could fix these things. And especially when you have such a huge staff, it's so important to have I don't want to say hierarchy, but like people that can look at different situations and leadership differently, because it still happens today. We have a staff of 9 people at Hot Tongue. I got Michael and Andrew, and I can talk to both of them about a situation or something that happened. They're going to look at it a different way. I can look at it a different way.
Yeah.
And then we can figure out how to tackle it together. But because you have those different perspectives, it makes it work a lot better.
Yeah. And I mean, it's nice when there is that sort of chain of command where it's like, instead of 9 people texting you about a problem, it's like there's 2 people texting you about a problem. So it's like, those are the kind of people you talk to, and like everyone else talks to them. So it just makes it easier on everyone, especially you, to be able to like solve those problems. And now that, for me personally, like when a problem arises, because I have sort of like, I'm not just like burnt out in the kitchen making every pizza, the first thing I think is like, okay, so how did like we as the people who set this business up, how did we fail? Like, why did this problem happen? Where did our systems fail? Whereas before, if there was a problem and I was just like so burnt out, I'd be like, it's this employee's fault.
Yeah.
You know?
You should have fucking known what I was thinking in my brain.
Do you find it as crazy as I do that we put the best ingredients in our pizza, our dough, our cheese, toppings, fresh produce, and then we put pencil shavings on our tables called red chili flakes? What is a red chili flake? We found out about flat iron premium pepper flakes from a customer who actually brought us some. We were putting it on every slice we ate. It was gold. We were like searching for it like addicts in the back, just like, ooh, where's the flat iron? Where's the flat iron? There is no going back. When you pop these peppers, you are gonna know. You can smell it, you can feel it, you can taste it. The 4-pepper blend, which is actually the blend we have on every table at Hot Tongue, definitely has a higher heat level, and I'm a heat guy, if you know what I'm saying. It has the arbol, the jalapeno, the ghost, and the habanero. Spicy. They are liberating pizzerias from low quality pepper flakes. Flat iron pepper, you are going to know the difference. In here, real peppers from Italy. Let's go. Head to flatironpepper.com right now. Use the code PIE2PIE at checkout. That's PIE, number 2, PIE at checkout. And any order over $25 is going to get you a bottle free of the Sweet Heat. Put that Sweet Heat in your cart, and any order over $25, that baby's going to be free. Do not miss this chance to upgrade your pepper game. Head to flatironpepper.com right now and join the Pepper Flake revolution.
Now I approach it from a different perspective where it's like, how do we make it as a business so that problem doesn't happen? Because we need to set everyone up for success. We need to have the proper systems in place, the right systems in place that problems don't happen. And it's good that when they do happen, because then you can solve that. But it's like, I always look at it as like, okay, we failed as owners here, you know? So how do we change that? So it's nice to have that sort of like bandwidth to look at things like that instead of being like, this employee did this to me on purpose because they are trying to piss me off.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't listen to me because
Yeah.
they don't respect me.
Yeah.
Because I don't tell them exactly what was supposed to be done, and that's their fault.
Nothing is written down
Yeah.
here, and it's not my fault.
None of this is my fault.
Yeah.
I think what you just said is really important, though, like being able to take accountability, because like even today when things go wrong, I always say it's my fault.
Yeah.
Or I like this happened because there wasn't a specific plan of what to do when this happened.
Exactly.
And so until there is a system in place, this is my fault.
Totally.
This is like, this shouldn't have happened. It only happened because we weren't prepared for it.
Yeah,
And taking that accountability is huge.
Yeah, like the buck is supposed to stop at the top. You know, it's like you're the person in charge. And I think when you don't take accountability, you can kind of lose team members' respect. Team members are kind of like, this guy's a fucking idiot. He thinks he's like perfect, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're like, that's on me, like, I'm sorry, this is how we're going to change things. I appreciate you bringing this problem to me. You know, they can get behind that, you know? And it's like, if you have a team that like believes in you, believes in your product, and like believes in sort of your management style, your ownership style, you can do a lot more with that. But if you are pointing fingers, playing the blame game, you'll lose people quick. You know, you get a lot of turnover. So.
Humility is huge. Yeah. Well, let's talk about partners, dude.
Let's do it.
This is people ask me about this all the time in the DMs. What do you think about partners? Like, should I get a partner? I have the opportunity to open up, but I need an investment money. This guy's willing to do it. Or like, I know that like you have two partners. You've known these dudes forever, so it's not like on some you just met these dudes in a back alley of Oceanside.
Exactly.
But were you skeptical? Like, you own Boxcar right out, right?
Yeah, I'm the sole owner.
Do you guys have like an operating agreement? Is there a shareholders agreement? You guys got like all your dots crossed and T's
100%.
I'd?
And that's the reason our partnership works. I think at the core of it is we genuinely care for each other's well-being. You know, it's like, I've known Clayton since I was in 5th grade. I've known Craig since I was in my early 20s. Like, I basically grew up at Clay's house. You know, I know his family. He knows my family. It's like lifelong friends. Craig, I've known 16 years. And the way the partnership works is like, so I partnered with Blacktop Restaurant Group, which is Clayton and Craig's restaurant group. And they have like 13 units outside of Odie's. So they've been really successful together, where it's like they've had a 12-year run, 13-year run together of a lot of success. And I have Boxcar, where it's like, you know, I had success there. So it's like we partnered on this, and we're all at a point in our life where it's like we're mature. We understand, you know, how a business works. They're really good at scaling businesses. You know, they're really, really good at that. So we have sort of different skill sets where it's like, I know the pizza side of things. They are dialed on like how to scale things and how to have like, you know, all your SOPs and everything just like done to the T. So for a partnership to work, it's like you have to know who you're getting into business with, because it is like a marriage. You know, it's like your successes are tied to each other. And it's like, if you have animosity there, if there's bad blood, that will ruin it. And it's like Clay, Craig, and I, it's like when because we don't agree on everything, but it's not even like disagreements. It's like differences of opinion. And it's like, there's 3 of us. If we think things should be one way or the other, we vote on it. And it's never like personal, you know? It's
Never
like,
gets heated?
it has never ever gotten heated. No, it's like we're all, and it's because we genuinely like care for each other. And it's for people who are thinking about getting a partner, I would almost be like, you don't want to be in business with like your friend because you'll lose your friendship probably. But like I think our situation is unique because we've had success outside of this, and we bring different skill sets to the table. Where it's like, let's say there's 2 line cooks working at a restaurant, they want to open up their own spot. It's like, well, and they want to go and partner with each other. You're bringing the same skill set to the table, you know? Whereas, like I said before, it's like they're amazing at like the business side of things, and I know the pizza side of things, and we're bringing that together. And that's been like huge for our success so far. We genuinely care about each other. It's like, not only do we like talk business, but it's like we go to lunch and it's like we're talking about it. You know, I'm asking about their families. They're asking me like how things are going in my life, and it's like we want the best for each other. You know, so it's that kind of thing where it's like if you genuinely care about someone, and you have to be like selfless. Where it's like, you know, let's say one of them is going on vacation. It's like I'm not like, well, you took 6 days off like 3 months ago and I didn't take 6 days. You know, it's like, I'm like, that's awesome, dude. Get out of here. Take the family, you know? I'm leaving next month for a weekend. Clay and Craig were both like, dude, heck yeah. Like, where are you going? Like, that's awesome. So it's not like this keeping score. All that being said, yes, we have like an agreement written out by lawyers, signed, and it's like, that's another reason why there is success, is because everything is spelled out for us, where it's like, this is what you're in charge of. This is what we're in charge of. This is what can happen if things go bad, you know? You can be voted out of the partnership, and this is how much you would sell your shares for of the partnership, you know? So having that is like, okay, there's no guesswork. It's like all dialed. We know what it is. We all bring different skill sets to the table. We all genuinely like each other. That's been like huge for our success for sure.
Yeah.
But for people asking about partners, it's like you have to vet your partner so much, and like realize like that you are getting, you know, their success is directly tied to your success.
Yes, and when things are going good, things are going good.
Yes.
And when they're not going good, that's when you're going to find out if you have good partners.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, it's easy when it's good, for sure, you know? But part of the reason I was excited about it is Clay and Craig have been partners for like 12 years or whatever it was. And it's been great for them, you know? It hasn't always been easy, for sure, you know? And I saw it since day one. Like, I was at the opening of their first restaurant, and I've seen them grow, and they worked amazing together. So that's why I was like, oh, this would be such a great opportunity. Like, I was like super flattered when I made the decision to move back down here. I called Clay because I was looking at some spots down here, and I was like, yeah, there's some spots I've been looking at, moving back down. There's some weird stuff in this lease that this landlord wants to put in there. Is that normal for San Diego? And Clay like talked me through it. He was like, yeah, you know, that is kind of normal. It's kind of different down here. And then like 20 minutes, we got off the phone, and like 20 minutes later, I got an email from Clay, and he's like, yo, Craig and I have been trying to get into pizza, interested in a partnership. If you want to talk further about that, let me know. If you're not interested in that, that's totally cool. And I would always be a resource for you no matter what, like want to see you succeed. And honestly, deep down in my heart, when Clay and I were having the conversation on the phone, I was like, man, I would love to partner with them. But I didn't want to be like, because they've had so much success, and I have like one unit. I didn't want to be like, hey, let's, you know, I felt like that's like walking into like the Padres stadium being like, let me be on the team, you know? But they were like, hey, we would love to partner with you.
Sounds like a sick movie.
Yeah, dude.
And that's how he walked onto the Padres.
Yeah. Actually, maybe I'll try that. So
last time I swung a bat, I was 6 on the T-ball field.
And I'm slow.
I struck out.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like, it's about finding the right partners, vetting them, wanting the best, for being selfless in it, not being greedy, not being, you know, and having everything dialed, where it's like, you know what your percentage is, and you know what's going to happen if shit hits the fan. You know what's going to happen when things get good.
Yeah. Do you guys have like a plan of like how to roll more of these out? I know it's like you've been open for a month, but if like that's the idea, I mean, the brand's obviously very dialed in. You already said that, like, you know, you're trying to be on that Mark Schechter tip.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we've actually already kind of been,
Shopping for two.
yeah.
Brother.
This is one of the like things that is so inspiring about working with Clayton and Craig is it's like, it's like, let's keep pushing, let's keep pushing. Let's going well. Like, let's grow it, and I'm just like, fuck yeah, let's do that. So we've actually been kind of looking at some different spots and, real estate in San Diego is tough and it's slow moving. So, we've looked at some locations, but it would be like, that wouldn't, we sign a lease tomorrow. That's still a year down the road.
Whereabouts?
Can
you say?
There's a spot, and I'll give like general
Give me some
things
gen.
because so they have
Gen Z.
they're in there awesome with some real estate brokers, but it's all like hush hush because NDAs and stuff like that. But there's some spots. There's
Inside
one in
trading.
like Carlsbad La Costa.
Okay.
You say insider trading?
Insider trading.
Yeah.
Dude.
We're all gonna go to jail for this.
That's sick, dude. Buy Odie stock now.
Yeah, we're talking about going a little bit more inland, San Marcos, Escondido area. Also
about-
going north, like Orange County?
Yeah. What about? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like Newport or Laguna or some shit.
Yeah, definitely. But we're open to a lot of stuff. The key is like patience, where it's like
course.
before we landed on this spot, we looked at so many different spots. And honestly, every time we looked at a spot, I was like, great, let's do it. This is awesome. And they were like, I don't think it works because of this reason, So I really learned that lesson from them where it's like, you got to be patient with this stuff, I get excited quick and I'm like, yes, this is the one. Let's do it, And we looked and we looked and we looked and we looked. And then this spot opened up and it was like, dude, because we were patient, we landed on this spot, So that was a huge lesson. So being patient with it. But yeah, we're looking for more locations,
All right.
always got our ear to the ground and stuff like that.
Let me ask you two more questions that you don't have to answer.
Okay.
How much is your rent? How much was your build out?
I don't know if I'm supposed to answer this.
You can just
honestly rent. We
just
got
whisper it. Just whisper it into the mic.
rent. We got super lucky on it, but the buyout price because this is a second gen spot was pretty high.
So there's key money.
Oh, there's key money.
Damn.
Yeah.
So there's key money, and then like kind of just a facelift, huh? Like the
But I mean, it was the most expensive facelift. You
yeah.
could
Okay.
imagine.
Very cool. Very cool. You can tell me off camera.
So
It's all right. The money questions, either people are like, yeah, for sure, or it's like, next question, please. Since 2021, I've had the privilege of consulting on projects across the country, helping operators fine-tune their dough, systems, and everything in between. I take it seriously because I know what it's like to build something from scratch. It can be terrible and lonely. Plenty of folks reach out just to talk shop, and I'm always down to share what I know. But if you're ready to take things to the next level, the next step of improving or launching your business, I offer a full menu of consulting services from dough doctoring to dialing in your systems, policies, and workflow. So head over to alexkoons.com to get in touch. Let's build something together. Better pizza for everyone.
the shape that this place was in was rough. Like we got the keys and they had been closed for like a month, and we went in the walk-in and they had just left. It was full of rotten food. So like the first couple days we were just like throwing
Cleaning.
out rotten food
Yeah.
in there, cleaning everything. Because when someone's like, "I'm done with this spot," it's like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
oil in the fryer still. It was
Damn.
it was dirty, and like all the equipment was broken. But the location, it was like we have to jump on that location. But it was expensive. It was like the bones were here, but it didn't look anything like this. Like we cut that slice case into the counter. We put in that counter over there for the soda machine. We put in this wall, obviously the skateboards. We put in this.
Yeah.
We put the bar on the outside of the patio right there with that garage door. Garage door was here, but we put the bar out there. And just all that adds up so quick.
Yeah, of course.
And
I
it's,
know.
It's like we thought it was going to cost a certain amount. It ended up being more than that, but we've been.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Everyone's going to tell you that it takes longer than you think, and it costs more than you think.
All right, this is actually the last question. What is the best pie on the menu?
So my fave, Benny and the Jets grandma style. So it's got low moisture mozz, sopressata, fresh basil, hot honey, which people I know people think is overrated now, but I think it's bomb. Burrata, and a little bit of fresh sea salt, a little bit of coarse sea salt. That's my fave. That's the Benny and the Jets. Biggie Smalls is super good. Vodka sauce, sausage, basil, low moisture mozz, fresh mozz, grated or shaved parm. We make the vodka sauce here. I like it a lot. But honestly, our most popular pizza is the pepperoni, and I think that's going to be like anywhere you go.
Respect.
Yeah.
Well, pepperoni is good, but I wanted to know what you think is the best pie on the menu.
I also like the Dude Ranch a lot. That's like our take on a barbecue chicken. It's named after a Blink-182 album.
Yeah, they're pretty popular.
Trying to get Tom DeLonge in here.
You should, man. You just need a couple UFOs or something.
I need to paint those circles into UFOs. Be like, they're here.
Dude, that'd be sick. Yeah, just for him.
Just for him.
Just like when he comes in, dude. And just blast Angels and Airwaves.
Yeah.
Sick.
I wasn't a big Angels and Airwaves fan, but
I liked a couple songs.
yeah, you would, dude. But
Yeah, definitely.
Boxcar Racer was sick.
Boxcar Racer was dope.
Yeah.
But that was like a band they basically just like kicked him out of.
I recently read Mark Hoppus's book.
Yeah.
It's so good. And he talks a lot about that.
Yeah.
And it sent him spiraling.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
He was, I mean, it was Blink-182 without him.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But that band was sick.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for doing this again, dude.
Dude,
I
anytime.
can't wait to do number 3 with you in your 5th location.
All right.
In Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles.
Somebody's taking a dump right out front.
I look forward to that as well.
Yeah, I hope you just go up the coast with these.
Yeah. Dude, in Portland, I had to clean up a lot of human shit, especially the food cart.
Yeah.
I'm no stranger to that.
Well, respect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed that episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much.